Hey YouTube, it's gvloanguy, January 2nd, 2012, and I'm going to share something with you this morning from Montagraph. He's got a character, the New World Order soldier, and he's speaking to us from that character. So pay attention here. I think it's important to listen to what the New World Order soldier has to say about us.
You see, back in the day, there was 93 Democrats and Republicans that went under casino law. It was about protecting the casino. They'll bicker back and forth, but it's all about casino law. And out of all these Democrats and all these Republicans that voted for such a bill, it would allow the President of the United States to become the king of the land, that will decide which Americans will live and which ones will die, merely on one word: terrorist.
There you go. That's the bottom line. Just based on one single word, the president can round up anyone, even if it is just someone that opposes him personally. And he's already proven the fact that he'll go out of his way to take care of his friends and to punish his enemies. He's not afraid to do this, folks. So please, I beg you to be aware of who we're dealing with here in the White House.
Wow, this is awesome. It is simply awesome. And the rest of the Americans aren't going to do anything about it. They never could, they never can, they never will. The American dream was always an illusion. The American dream was something that was set up to make you and your wife and your sister and your brother and all your children work for something that was really never there.
Some people call it the treadmill, the grindstone, whatever you want to call it, we're on it. They've got us to the point nowadays. I've always said that people are too busy trying to make ends meet and pay their bills and just too busy just trying to survive to have the energy required to stand up and against the powers and the work that's going against us. We're more than ever busy now just trying to make ends meet. It's getting worse and worse, the economic pressures.
But, Americans are stupid. This is why the New World Order has been able to take over an entire nation. Because Americans are stupid.
I hate to admit it, but he's right.
They think that some sort of totalitarian directive that comes from the president is good for the people. Wow, what a bunch of suckers you are. Oh my. Simply hysterical. Certainly is.
Well, that's hardcore, but as I sit here trying to figure out who the enemy is and how can I do something to fight against this enemy, it becomes more and more clear that the confusion and the cloud and the illusion has become such that it's almost impossible to even focus the direction of the energy to turn this stuff around. This is what I'm going to say on that. I think that we have come to the point where I think the battle has already been won in this country. I hate to think this way, but I really don't know how things are going to come out, especially in 2012. I mean, personally, I'm of the opinion that if Obama heads towards losing control of this nation, that he will simply declare martial law and suspend the election and remain in office for another 4 years to finally finish putting the final nail in the coffin of liberty and freedom and our Constitution and the United States that was set up 235 years ago. I think that's the goal, and I think he's very close to doing it. You see, in the big picture, the liberty and the freedom that we enjoy here in this great country of America stands in the way of the major big plans on world domination by the elite families that really do run all this stuff. And I know this sounds crazy and wacky. It's designed to sound crazy and wacky so that the average person will just simply dismiss it. But let me tell you, folks, I think that the enlightenment that we are all receiving at the same time is that we've been had, folks. We've been schnookered. We have been, well, let's just put it this way. The country we thought we grew up in is no longer existing today. This is, quite frankly, something in a transition between where we were and where we're going. Right now we're in this transition. That's why it feels like birth pangs, because we're in transition. In fact, that's, I believe, the proper term when the baby is about ready to be born, when the man-child is about ready to be born. I think there's reference to birth pangs. So I believe that's what's happening here, folks. We're right there at the gates.
Yeah, you see, there's so many different Americans that are willing to speak out against the government. But it stops there. It stops there. The most they're really willing to do is make a cute little cardboard sign and go stomping out in front of some capitol somewhere, like we really give it. It's hysterical. We laugh about it over dinner. We laugh about it when we're together. We look at all the old video feeds of back in the day and all the video feeds from all the major broadcasting corporations, and we just laugh our asses off.
Well,
Mm-hmm. And then, of course, you get these people that say, stop feeding the government. I love those people the most. They talk about, don't feed the government, don't go to work, don't buy gas, don't do this, don't do that. Are you kidding me? You know how you control a people? With food. That's a fact.
there it is, folks. This is the reason there's a big push today to end the small farms, to end the locally grown organic marketplaces, and simply to end the fact that one neighbor can have chickens and have excess eggs and decide to sell them. They want to put an end to that so that all of those things become illegal, and you're only allowed to buy food that is produced in the gigantic mega farms that have been gobbled up and controlled by basically Monsanto.
That is a fact. You see, if Americans got so far out of line where they became uncontrollable, well, how do you control them? You cut off the food supply. That'll do it.
Yep, that'll do it. And also think about this. The food supply that we have in our grocery stores around the world today are all on what they call just-in-time distribution. Came into pass probably 20 years ago. They started moving towards just-in-time distribution centers. They've virtually eliminated the local warehousing of food supplies and all other supplies for that matter, and have gone straight to this on basically as it's needed is when it's produced. So there's not anything in the pipeline. There's no pipeline full of stuff, so that when the food runs out on the grocery shelves, that's it, folks. If there's no trucks moving food, there ain't no more food coming into your little neighborhood. I would recommend that you start stockpiling some food right now before stockpiling itself becomes against the law.
And then you can watch them kill each other and sit back and watch with binoculars or satellites or whatever you choose. Yeah. I see, the New World Order has the power. Will always have the power because you'll be weak. You get the seconds of our firearms and stuff. Okay? You don't have the latest toys. We do. You have a couple of shotguns. Yeah, you might have an AR-15, AK-47. Those are antiques to what we have. Wake up, son. We have drones that can shoot a gnat's ass 150 miles away. You'll never know what hit you. We have all sorts of different gases. We have all sorts of different viruses and bacteria in which we have created in the lab. Yeah. You have nothing.
Oh no, we don't have nothing. We do have something. Amongst us, we do have something. We have resistance. We have faith. We have hope. We have a lot of things. There will be a resistance. We're not just simply going to roll over. There will be some among us who push to stop this, to reverse this action. We're going to start with the 2012 election. We're going for it. We're going to try to make a change. We're going to drop our concepts. It's important for you, and I want to be very specific towards a certain group of conservatives. You guys need to let go of some of your little petty issues that you have made a major factor here in order to, I'm not sure what you're trying to achieve, but I would say you need to drop some of your concepts and think about getting somebody in the White House who could possibly turn stuff around. I'm not even sure it's still possible. I'm not even sure it's still going to happen. But we've got to pull together and fight against this New World Order soldier mentality coming from the top.
You have a measly piece of paper that you've been holding up in the air for all these years, the Constitution. The Constitution? The Constitution? Oh, man. You want to abide by a paper that you didn't even sign. That's not a contract with you. That is not a contract between you and the creators of that piece of paper. You call the Constitution. What, you think you inherited that? You inherited it because we said you inherited it. And we can take it away. And we have several times. And we will continue to do so until that piece of paper is nothing but a piece of garbage.
All right, folks, I guess I'm going to just go ahead and end it right there. I know he's got a lot more to say. I'm going to put the link below. You guys need to pay attention. It seems wacky. You've got this character here, the New World Order soldier, but I'm telling you, take the time and listen. You're going to be, uh, if you just open up your ears a little bit, you'll be changed. All right? This is gvloanguy. Signing off for now. Talk to you soon.